are you there? I have something to tell you. I'm gonna be coming back to Mom and Dad's from tomorrow to have my kid.
Wait, Lara? Is that you? It's been like 5 years since we last talked. And wait, you're coming home to have your kid? You're pregnant?
That's right. I am and I am. You must be quite shocked. But yeah, I'm already 4 months along.
If this is really something, I mean, I don't think I've heard a single word from you ever since you ran away to New York to live with your boyfriend. I didn't even know that the two of you had gotten married.
No, we actually haven't gotten married yet. But we've talked about it, and we're going to do it once my boyfriend slows down and we have the time to. Oh, right. By the way, this boyfriend is totally different.
Wait, wow, that is a lot. I mean, so much has happened to you in the last 5 years. But if you're going to come home to have your kid, you should have said something earlier. We haven't made preparations for you to come here, and you don't even have a room here anymore.
Wait, what? I don't? But why not? What happened to my room? But you all just really think that I would never come home? How could you just get rid of my room without even telling me?
Well, you had been away for 5 full years. And you know how Mom and Dad can be kind of pack rats, right? Well, basically, we just ran out of space and needed to use your room to store all their stuff.
Are you serious? My room is just the junk room now? Well, you better start to clean it up right now because I'll be taking my room back when I get there.
I really just want to tell you to do it yourself, but I guess you're pregnant, so I can't really make you do all of that lifting.
Oh, big sis, how is the cleaning going? Are you done yet? Is my room ready?
Of course it isn't ready. There is a ton of stuff that I still need to find a place for.
I thought I told you to have that room ready for me before I got there. I want to rest in my own room, and you are preventing me from doing that.
Well, that is why I wish that you would have warned me that you were coming home earlier. I understand that you want to come home to have your kid, but you should have told me earlier because there is a ton of cleaning up that I need to do. There is no way that I could have cleaned up this room by the time you messaged me yesterday.
Well, I am getting sick of waiting in the living room for you to be done.
You know, I am getting just a little bit sick of your attitude. I have been busting my buns to get this room ready for you. Mom and Dad didn't even offer to help, so I've been doing all of this myself. Don't you realize that?
Well, this is all your fault for putting stuff into my room in the first place. You shouldn't have done that.
But I only did it because Mom and Dad asked me to because they never throw anything away.
All right, I'm getting sick of your excuses, and the stress you're causing me can't be good for the baby. Just shut up and get back to work.
I would if you would just stop texting me already. It is hard to get any work done when you keep texting me to ask if I'm done or not. Now, if you will excuse me.
May, are you there? I just noticed that the living room hasn't been cleaned at all. Have you been slacking off?
Excuse me? What do you mean?
I mean that the living room is dirty and I want you to clean it. Make sure to vacuum my room while you're at it. I mean, if you don't clean the house frequently, it's only going to get messier.
Lara, I understand that you're pregnant, but that doesn't mean that you can't do anything at all.
What do you mean? What would you have me do?
Have you ever seen your room? It is strewn with your clothes all over the place. You have plates and glasses all over your desk, and you have trash all over your floor. I don't care if you're pregnant, you can do better than this.
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are? You know, this is why you're single and no one loves you.
Are you kidding me right now? Do you think that's even remotely appropriate to say?
You haven't even ever been pregnant. I'm just thinking of this little child growing up inside me. If I get up and move around, then it'll jostle the fetus and bacteria could get in. Who knows what kind of damage that could cause?
You're right. I'll give it to you that I don't know what it's like to be pregnant.
That's right. So you don't know what you're talking about in the slightest. And if you don't know what you're talking about, then I don't want to hear anything from you. Clearly, you know nothing about how bacteria could get into the womb and affect the baby. And someone like you is probably covered in harmful germs.
I don't know why you have to say things like that. I think I keep myself quite clean, thank you very much.
Actually, you know what? I want you to leave.
Leave? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I can't have someone filthy like you hanging around the house anymore. It's not good for the baby. You need to move out right away, or who knows what might happen to my poor child.
I really don't think that's how it works. You are taking all of this way too far right now.
Well, it's not like you contribute anything to the house anyways. I know that you don't even work, right?
Excuse me? Just what makes you say that, huh?
Well, I've been here the past 2 days, and I've noticed that you only ever go out to do the shopping or to take out the trash. You never seem to leave for any kind of job, and besides cleaning the house, you just hole yourself up in your room all day. You're not someone who carries disease, you're the disease itself. Or should I say, parasite to be precise? Someone needs to sanitize the house of you. You're just gonna cause trouble for this kid even after it's born. You'll teach it all kinds of bad habits. You need to just get out of this house and find a job already. So just get!
And what is going to happen to the house then? Who do you think is going to take care of the cleaning if you won't?
What are you talking about? Mom and Dad are still here. I'll just make them do it, of course.
And you really think that they're going to go for that just because you say so?
Of course they are. Besides, I would much rather live with Mom, who actually knows about childbirth, than with the walking tapeworm that is you.
All right, then. You're really sure that you want me to move out, then?
Of course I'm sure. Just get out of here already. Jeez. You know, Dad was talking to me not that long ago and was saying how great he thought it would be if one day I can live together with his father's child. Well, if you leave the house, then we can take your room for the both of us. So thanks for helping me out there.
Okay, then. If this is what you really, really want, I guess I have no choice. I'll pack up my things and try to be out of your hair by tomorrow.
Do you mean it? Oh, this is going to be perfect. I'm so happy. Thanks for not putting up a fight. May, are you there? You said that you were going to be moving out of the house by today. Are you gone yet? Make sure that you take everything with you when you go. I don't want your germ-covered belongings in the house where it might make my kids sick. Got it?
Don't worry, I made sure not to leave a single thing in there. I'm actually just about to head out of the house right now.
Are you serious? You're really about to leave? Yay! The tapeworm is being passed out of the house. This is great!
The feeling is mutual.
Excuse me? You're happy? Why? Why would you be happy about this?
Aura, you finally given me a chance to get out of that house. I'm finally free. Good luck not letting the house fall apart without me.
What are you talking about? What's that supposed to mean? Hey May, I just wanted to let you know that I talked to Mom and Dad and they said it was fine if my boyfriend moved in with us from next month. We're going to be moving into your old room, so you can go ahead and not bother coming back since you won't even have a place to come back to.
Oh, well that's just fine with me. I feel like I can finally go out and start my own life. It feels like a real fresh start for me. I way prefer being on my own than living at home. I just moved into my new place and I still haven't finished unpacking. My stuff is kind of everywhere, but no one is here to tell me how to use my space. This is like a totally new sensation.
Hold on, this isn't right. You shouldn't be happy about this. You should be upset. You're basically thrown out of the house.
Oh, you have no idea just how long I was waiting for a chance to get out of the house.
But why? What's wrong with being there? What didn't you tell me?
Oh, don't worry. You'll find out all on your own soon enough. But if you really want to hear my opinion, I think you're way better off going back to your boyfriend's house than living with Mom and Dad again.
Seriously? What are you talking about? Explain yourself. You need to tell me what's going on. May, you need to get back here and do something about this. I'm serious.
What is it now? What do you want?
The house is filthy. It's an absolute pigsty.
What are you talking about? What is going on at the house?
Well, ever since you left, I haven't seen Mom do any of the cleaning around here at all. And Dad just sits around not doing anything either. My boyfriend has already moved in with us, but when I opened the door to greet him, he said the whole house stank like rotten garbage, turned around, and went back to live at his old place.
Don't tell me that the trash hasn't been taken out for the whole month that I've been gone.
Well, yeah, like I said, neither Mom or Dad have gotten off their lazy butts to do it for me.
So basically, you're telling me that all 3 of the grown adults living in that house are refusing to do even the most basic of chores or housekeeping?
What are you talking about? Don't you try to put this on me. I'm pregnant, remember? None of this is my fault.
Right. Well, what have you all been doing for food? Is anyone even cleaning or vacuuming or doing the dishes or washing the clothes?
Well, about all those.
So since the day that I left the house, not a single thing to keep the place in order that you're all living in has been done at all? The house is just a complete sty?
I guess that sounds right. It was probably not long after you'd left that I noticed dishes started to pile up and garbage gathering in the corner.
I'm actually curious. In the past 5 years since you left the house, have you ever lived in a place that was as filthy as that?
Actually, now that you mention it, no. I think this is the dirtiest place I've ever seen.
So, you finally realized the sad truth about living with Mom and Dad. Basically, someone who isn't them has to do all of the cleaning or else it turns into that. Maybe you remember our grandma who eventually was put into a retirement home? That happened not long after you left. But she was basically the one keeping Mom and Dad in line about keeping the house clean.
Wait a second. I think I get it.
No, I work full-time and I did while living at home too. I just have a teleworking job.
Are you serious? You work from home? I had no idea.
Anyways, just wait. It gets worse.
What do you mean? What is that supposed to mean? Is that some kind of threat or something? May, are you there? What's going on? What is this? Answer me right now. I want answers. I thought that my boyfriend would be coming back to pick me up, but his parents are here and talking about me moving in with them.
Yeah, I figured that something like this might have happened.
What are you talking about? Why is this happening?
Well, I never mentioned this to you before, but I actually know who your boyfriend is. We've met before.
Wait, you do? Really? I didn't know about that.
Well, it's true. He's actually a client of mine, and we just started working together. After we talked some business, we were just making small talk, and he started to talk about you. When I asked about the name of the girl he was talking about, I realized that he was, in fact, talking about you.
Are you serious? This is the first time that I'm hearing about any of this. Why did he wait until now to tell me?
Well, yesterday, I reached out to him and told him that you were living in really unsanitary conditions. We talked about how you living in a place like that couldn't be good for your pregnancy, and that he should probably do something. He said that it seemed like the only option was for you to move in with his family.
And just why wasn't I consulted for any of this, huh? Doesn't my opinion matter when it comes to this stuff? If I'm moving out, then I want to move in with you.
Yeah, that isn't going to happen. There is no way I'm going to let you live with me. You can keep dreaming, though.
But why not? I want to move in with you. Why won't you let me? I mean, we're family, and I'm pregnant. You have to help me.
Well, that's because I'm actually living with my fiancé at the moment.
Wait, what did you just say? You have a boyfriend? You have a fiancé?
Yep, that is what I said. Anyways, it sounds to me like you need to talk with his family about what is going to happen next for you.
But my boyfriend's mom really scares me. She's really, really intense and strict.
Well, then she sounds like the perfect match for someone as selfish as you.
How could you say that? We're sisters. Why are you treating me like this?
Right. Well, anyways, I've got to go and meet up with my fiancé. We have a lot of big talks to have for our future. So, have a nice life.
That isn't fair. Why do you always get to have the good life? What did I do to deserve this? Please, you have to do something.
After that, Laura's move into her soon-to-be parent-in-law's house was decided. It wasn't long after that she was officially married to the father of her child. I was hoping that living with such a strict mother-in-law would have helped Laura learn how to take responsibility for herself. That was 2 years ago, though. The last time I heard from Laura, she told me that she had been kicked out of her husband's house. When I asked her why, she told me it was because she cheated on her husband. She had to leave the kid with him and was left with nothing. I had just about enough out of her and blocked her. Laura had no other choice but to move back in with my parents in their filthy house, where she has to wade her way in and out of a sea of trash. She has also had to find work in order to pay off all of her debts, but is known around the workplace for her smell more than anything.
Jessie, guess where me and Marvin are right now?
I don't know, and I don't care.
What? You're being so cold. Just guess. Fine, I'll tell you. We're on a honeymoon right now to celebrate the anniversary of me stealing him from you. You're so boring.
Oh, a honeymoon?
Yep, we got married abroad and we're going to be on vacation until Sunday. I'm so happy right now. Sorry again for stealing your husband. Don't blame me though, it was kind of your fault.
I honestly don't care about you stealing Marvin from me anymore. Where did you two get the money to go on vacation anyways?
Huh? You're so silly, Jessie. Stop trying to scare me. Such problems have nothing to do with Marvin, you know. You're just jealous we're going on a honeymoon, right?
What do you mean? Such problems have nothing to do with Marvin.
You asked me where we got the money to go on vacation, right? Marvin earns $300,000 a year. Money isn't a problem for him.
Huh? I'm the one who earns $300,000 a year, not him.
What?
I don't know what Marvin told you, but he's currently unemployed.
Unemployed?
The company he worked for went bankrupt 3 months ago, and he's been looking for a job ever since. He's struggling a lot. Anyways, I'm the one who earns $300,000 a year, not him.
What do you mean? Don't your parents just work a regular 9-to-5 office job? And you, didn't you just get a job at some random company after you graduated from high school? How are you earning so much money?
I started my own business 4 years ago. It went well, and here I am now.
Huh? Are you serious? Just what kind of business did you start?
You don't need to know. Oh, and by the way, a lawyer's going to be seeing you two once you get back from vacation.
What? A lawyer? Why would you do that?
I sent a content certified letter. Didn't you see it?
Oh, I guess I do remember receiving something like that. It was just right before we departed for our honeymoon, so we were too busy to take a good look.
Is that so? Read it carefully once you get back then. Bye!
Jesse, I talked with Marvin about what you said, and it seems that I struck a fortune with him. It's better than what I imagined. I first stole him from you. His father runs his own company, and he's going to inherit it sooner or later, he says. The only reason he isn't employed at his father's company since he wants to get experience first. You know, see the world, talk to people. You made me worry for nothing. This means that I don't have to divorce him. I don't know if that's what you were intending when you told me Marvin was unemployed, but it's not going to work.
Will you please stop texting me so much? I'm getting so many notifications and it's pretty annoying.
What? Is that all you have to say?
I'm going to turn off my phone now.
Huh? Wait!
If you have anything else to say, then send it. I'll take a look at it at night when I'm done working.
Humph, you're just jealous. What you're trying isn't going to work. I'm not going to divorce him. And you're not going to get him back. Wow, this feels so good. I'll send you the other thing I wanted to tell you now. It's about the alimony I'm going to be asking you for. I talked with Marvin about this already, and we already decided on the amount. We'll let you go with $300,000. It's a bit more expensive than a usual alimony, but it should be fine, right? You earn that much money in a year, don't you? Deposit it into my account by the time our vacation is over. If you don't, I'll make sure you regret it. I'll send you the details to my bank account later. With this money, we'll be able to get by until Marvin eventually inherits his father's company. I'm not going to let you get away if you don't pay. Mark my words. Hey, we just got home. What is this content certified letter you sent us? I was going to complain about how you didn't transfer the money when I took a look at it. What do you mean $30,000 of alimony? It's $300,000, not $30,000.
What? You're sure you're okay with an alimony of $300,000 instead? I didn't expect that, but alright.
What? No. I mean, you're the one who's going to be paying us. Why do we have to pay you on alimony anyways? You probably mean with this letter to get away with only paying $30,000. But no way we're going to allow that to happen. That's only like 10% of the original amount. Oh, I get it now. You were lying about how you earn $300,000 a year, right? You're just trying to act tough. That's hilarious.
Carlene, will you stop assuming that you're always correct?
But it's true that you're the one who's crazy.
You didn't read the letter carefully, did you?
You want to get away with only paying us $30,000, right?
Do you even know what an alimony is?
Of course I do. It's money someone pays the other person for doing something bad, right?
You have the legal knowledge of a grade schooler. Okay, then what exactly did I do to you two that was so bad?
Will you really not understand unless I tell you? Fine then, I'll tell you. Firstly, the bad thing you did to me was that... Well, it's normal to assume that the husband earns more than the wife, right? But because you made a business and succeeded, I misunderstood and thought Marvin was the one who earned $300,000 a year. Which is why you need to show that you're sorry by paying us money.
Uh-huh. Honestly, I don't even know what to say anymore.
And as for Marvin, you need to say sorry to him for earning more money than he does. You also need to apologize for being such a terrible wife. That's why we're asking $300,000 in alimony from you.
Are you actually being serious right now?
Paid by today or else.
Or else what? I don't even want to argue with you anymore. A lawyer's going to be visiting you two today, so listen carefully to what he says.
Oh, he's going to negotiate for you to only have to pay $30,000, right? If that's the case, fine. I'll be kind and wait until tomorrow for the $300,000. But the law is on our side, so it doesn't matter whether you hire a lawyer or not. Love always wins. Don't you know that? What's the meaning of this, Jessie? You meant that you were asking us to pay you $30,000?
Exactly. The lawyer explained it to you, right? It was written on the content certified letter I sent you two, though.
Then what about the $300,000 you're going to pay us?
First of all, you have no reason to ask an alimony from me. And secondly, you never even sent me an official request.
What? What's an official request?
All you did was say, "Give me $300,000 by text. Nothing about that has any authority. What you're doing is basically just a scam.
A scam? Why would I need to do such thing? Marvin's the future CEO of a company. The law says that you owe us money.
Just what law says that I owe you money? Fine. Talk to my lawyer about the $300,000 you want me to pay you. He'll probably just laugh at you, though.
Huh? Why do you even have to pay an alimony in the first place?
Well, as for Marvin, he needs to give me money as an apology for cheating on me with you. And as for you, you need to give me money to apologize for stealing my husband.
What? Are you mocking me? I only said that because I thought we had won.
What are you talking about? You lost the moment Marvin cheated on me.
Huh?
It's true that I did feel terrible at first when you stole Marvin from me. But when I thought about the situation calmly, you're the one who should be pitied for being happy about stealing another woman's husband.
What? Why am I the pitiful one here?
Because you're the kind of woman who finds stealing men entertaining for its own sake, maybe. Also, maybe because you're engaged to the kind of man who just cheats on his wife. Besides, I don't need a husband who just goes with another woman even though he's married. In a way, I'm grateful that you stole Marvin from me. Good riddance.
Hold on. You're the one I should be pitying, not the other way round.
Thanks for saving me from such a terrible husband, Carlene.
Huh? What do you mean by that? Why don't you feel more bad about your situation? I always hated how you were so calm. You could have at least pretended to act sad, you know?
Did you just compliment me? Thanks.
I hate you! Grr!
Did you seriously just text grr? That's the first time I've ever seen someone text that. You're so funny.
Nothing about this situation is funny. You know what? Fine. We'll give you the $30,000 you want. Marvin's going to inherit the company anyways. There's no $30,000 is going to be a problem for him. Which is why I haven't lost. You're the one who lost by letting me steal him. Sucks to be you. Jessie, is it true that Marvin's not going to be the next CEO?
Oh, what?
I called Marvin's dad and asked him to retire early so that Marvin could inherit the company. But he said that Marvin's sister was going to be the one to inherit the company. Even Marvin was surprised that the eldest son, wasn't going to be the one to inherit the company.
Oh, yeah. Marvin's sister is pretty talented. You should meet her sometime.
And what about Marvin?
I don't really know much about his father's company. But even if they hired him, he probably wouldn't be promoted.
Why not?
Because he can't do anything properly and is terrible at any sort of work.
Huh?
I wonder why I even married him in the first place. I thought it didn't matter that he was slow at work since he was kind. But in the end, he cheated on me with you, so I honestly feel no attraction to him anymore.
What?
Well then, the lawyer explained it to you already. So if you have anything else to say, tell him, not me.
Could you reduce the amount of the alimony or maybe...
I said tell my lawyer if there's anything you want to say. Bye!
We don't have any money, so could you...
Carlene has a regular job at a company's, so I was a bit confused when she told me that she had no money. But apparently, she had spent up all her savings on random luxury items. She always was terrible at money management. Apparently, that's why she stole Marvin from me in the first place. But Marvin being rejected from his father's company meant that they were now in big trouble. Marvin paid off the alimony with his remaining savings and is now desperately trying to find a job. As for Carlene, she tried fleeing to her parents' house, but apparently her parents already knew her situation and caught her. Her parents took care of the alimony for her, and her salary is now managed by her mother. Apparently, she lost all her confidence and she has no more money to spend on cosmetics.
Tanya, leave the house now. What? I let you live in this house until you graduated high school. I did the bare minimum of what I had to, so hurry up and leave. Mother? You know, Tanya, I hate you because you're so much like your father who I divorced. My only daughter is your little sister, Rena. Hurry up and get out of my sight. You're being too sudden. I have nowhere to go. All you have to do is move into one of your company's dormitories. I'll give you 1 week, so hurry up and tell the company you work for that you're moving into their dormitory. But...
Sister! No, don't leave me, please!
Rena, I'm sorry. To tell you the truth, I don't want to leave, but...
Yeah, I understand. I understand, honestly. But there's no point in me coming with you, since I just got into high school while you just graduated high school. I'll only be a burden.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for making impossible demands of you as well.
The company dormitory I'm going to be moving into is only a 30-minute train ride from home, so we can meet whenever we want to.
Yup, I promise to come see you. And when I graduate high school, I'm gonna leave this house too. I'll be patient until then.
Yup, let's both do our best.
There's something I need to tell you, Tanya.
Oh, hi Rena. What is it?
I'm getting married.
You're getting married?
My fiancé is someone you've already met. Do you remember my boyfriend I showed you, the one who was my colleague?
Oh, that wonderful young man. I see. So you're already of that age as well, huh? It's already been 6 years since you graduated high school and left home, right?
Yup. I found a job far away from home without telling Mom, and I just left without giving her the opportunity to even oppose. I haven't returned home even once since then, just like you.
So you're not going to invite Mother to the wedding?
Yup. My fiancé's parents are understanding of my situation, and me and my husband aren't planning to invite her. Oh, but I am going to invite Dad, though.
I see. Dad is sure to be happy for you.
Yup. We're planning on having the ceremony a year from now, and have already begun preparations. I'll contact you again once the details are set.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Tanya, something terrible has happened. What, Mother? It's been 10 years since we last talked, right? But now's not the time to talk about the past. What is it? I was wondering whether I should tell you or not, since I did kick you out of the house, but to tell you the truth, today is Rena's funeral. What? It's been 7 years since she left home for her job. She got into a traffic accident while she was going to work. Oh, my poor child, my sweet daughter. I think I might go insane. I'm begging you, Tanya. All I have left in the world is you. I know it's late, but I truly regret pushing you away in the past. Your father came to the funeral today, so why don't you admit that you were wrong as well for not contacting me even once for 10 years, and just come home already? I don't care if it's been 10 years or not. I wonder where to start. I'm at a wedding, so I can't come. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't know whose wedding that is, but your sister just died. You should be prioritizing your sister's funeral over some wedding. Well, I understand what you're saying, but given the circumstance, I think it's best for me to prioritize the wedding. Since when did you become such a psychopath? Don't you feel even sad? You say that as if you aren't one yourself. What? Bye. Tanya! Tanya, why won't you come home? Your only sister just died. Do you have no heart? Get over here as soon as possible. Tanya, please come home, will you? You're going to cause me trouble if you don't. I'll pretend that you didn't just ignore me for the past 10 years. Let's live together, the two of us, like we used to, as mother and daughter. Like we used to? Tanya! Finally, you replied to my text. So, when are you going to come back? I'm not coming back. What? There's no way I'm coming back. It's Rena's funeral, so come home as soon as possible. If that's what you're saying was true, then yes, I might have dropped everything and came home. What do you mean if it's true? It is. Come home as soon as possible. To think that you would prioritize some random person's marriage ceremony over the funeral of your only sister. You really haven't changed. But the wedding ceremony I was at was Rena's. What? I'm going to tell you about it since there's no point in hiding it from you any longer. Rena married a colleague of hers. What? I was also invited to the wedding ceremony, so I knew immediately that you were lying when you said Rena got into an accident. Today is her funeral, because she was standing right in front of me. You knew I was lying immediately? Yep. You two were in contact? Of course we were. We're sisters, and it's not like we hate each other or something. What? I don't know what you were planning on achieving by faking Rena's funeral, but I wonder which one of us is the psychopath now. Hold on just a moment. Didn't Rena already get married long before? Huh? I heard it from an acquaintance. Rena married 3 years ago and is now the mother of twins. What? Oh, something must have happened and they had to postpone the wedding ceremony until now, I guess. Well, putting that aside, it seems there's no point in lying anymore, so I'll tell you the truth. You see, I want to propose to you a marriage. What? A marriage? His parents are saying that either you or Ren is alright, but I knew Ren already married 3 years ago, so you're going to be the one marrying. Your husband is going to be the eldest son of the Taikazawa family. Isn't the Takizawa family the owners of a huge mansion by the prefectural road? Yes, this is the chance of a lifetime no matter how you look at it. Will you please stop joking? I'm not joking. What kind of person would joke about something like that? Don't you think it's ridiculous bringing a marriage proposal to your daughter who you haven't talked to in the past 10 years? Do you not understand my parental feelings and wanting you to be happy? The last memory I have of you being anything like a parent is from when I was around 10, before you and Dad got divorced. It's all in your head. I was a good parent to you even after that. I let you live in this house until you graduated high school. I did the bare minimum of what I had to do. You know, I hate you because you resemble your father so much. Your sister Rena is my only daughter. What is this so suddenly? These are the text messages you sent me 10 years ago when you told me to leave the house. Did you think that the records wouldn't be there anymore since it's already been 10 years? I took a screenshot just in case, since I thought they might be of use in the future if I ever got involved in any problem involving you. Too bad you couldn't pretend you never said these things. Now, don't be so cold. It's already been 10 years. It's about time you want to get married and settle down yourself, right? It seemed the Takizawa family want to have a grandchild to inherit their property soon, so they want their eldest son to marry a woman in her 20s. You're 28, right? It's a win-win situation. Like I said, the Takizawa family are filthy rich, so this is the chance of a lifetime. I refuse. Why? Because I'm already married? What? I don't know where the information got twisted, but it's me who married 3 years ago and gave birth to twins, not Rena. What did you say? By the way, Rena herself turned in her marriage papers as soon as the ceremony ended, so neither of us are single and we can't accept this marriage proposal of yours. But that's going to be a problem for me. Get divorced immediately and marry the eldest son of the Takizawa family. The eldest son of yours. He's about your age, right? Meaning he's in his 50s. This information from 10 years ago, but he's already divorced twice and has no children, right? The fact that you're talking about a marriage proposal probably means that he's been divorced at least 3 times by now, right? You also talked about how they wanted someone to inherit their property and how he wants to marry a woman in her 20s. So that must mean he still has no children. All this combined with the fact that he's offering you a marriage proposal with your daughter you haven't talked to in 10 years. It seems that this eldest son you're pushing on me is quite the landmine. But he's still filthy rich. I'm sorry, but I can't. Wait, Tanya. Bye then. Tanya, I'm begging you, come home and marry into the Takizawa family, please. What? You still haven't given up? Do you realize that what you're asking of me is impossible because I'm already married and have children? But I already accepted $100,000. Huh? $100,000? What are you talking about? Well, you see, none of the women in our hometown want to marry into the Takizawa family anymore. I thought that you must not know anything about the Takizawa family since you haven't been home for so long, and that if I talked about how rich they were, we would be able to get you to marry him. And so I became a target for them? Yes, I received $100,000 as a thanks from them. Don't tell me. You agreed to their proposal without even waiting for my answer? But I had no idea that you got married before Ren and had children. Then why don't you just give back the $100,000? Tell them I didn't tell you already got married or something and put an end to this business. But I already used $50,000. You what? My only hope of getting out of this mess is you marrying into the Takizawa family. You exasperate me. If that's the case, I don't want to be involved in this. Huh? Do something about it yourself, okay? Tanya! Goodbye then. Tanya! My mother was always the type that only cared about themselves. But after me and Rena left home, this trait of hers got even worse, it seems. She's now infamous among the neighborhood for being a huge nuisance. You can probably guess that the Takezawa family, a family of wealthy capitalists, are quite strange themselves, asking for the daughter of such a well-known neighborhood nuisance. My mother did all she could to buy time after I refused her offer, but it seemed that the Takezawa family found out from somewhere that both her daughters were married, and they were furious when they found out. Obviously, they asked my mother to give back the $100,000 they gave her, but since she already spent $50,000, she was forced to take a loan from somewhere to pay it back. According to a relative who lives in my hometown, she was one day seen entering a car that had come for her and disappeared. To this day, no one has been in contact with her since.
Hey Lisa, you got a little time?
Oh, hello, Mary. Sorry. I'm actually at work now. Not really supposed to be using my phone. I'll send you a line later on during my break.
Oh yeah? Even if it's about your husband, George?
Huh? George? What's George got to do with you?
If you don't hear me out now, you may regret it later on.
What are you talking about?
I'll be straight with you, Lisa. George and I are getting married. There, I said it.
Wait, what? What are you even saying? Is this a joke? George is my husband. He can't marry you. That makes no sense.
Yeah, but once you divorce him, it starts to make perfect sense.
It's not as simple as that. Just hold on a second. I'm going to take the afternoon off and confirm this with George.
Oh yeah? Can you even confirm it?
Yeah, he's at home today, working remotely. Once I get home, we'll clear the whole thing up. It's all a big mistake. Or some sort of prank you're pulling.
Yeah, but maybe it would be better for you if you didn't do that.
Why do you say that?
I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm at your place. Or should I say bed now with George. Not sure you want to witness that.
Excuse me?
Kinda naughty, don't you think? Making love with my younger sister's husband in their own bed. I can't get enough of it. This guilty pleasure. It's intoxicating.
I just got a line message from George. So, it's all true, huh? This is not a joke.
Just as I said, right? He even said I'm way more attractive than you. True that. He says he prefers older women. Who would have thought, huh? So it's decided. George is mine. End of story. That means you have no reason to come home. You're not wanted here.
What about you? As I recall, you're married too.
That's all taken care of. I was worried I wouldn't be able to pay him off, but good old George saved the day and settled that no problem. The divorce went through without issues just this morning. Good riddance to that guy.
George paid it off. Huh. I'm surprised.
When you got money, you got money. George is loaded.
Do as you like, Mary. Hope you don't have any regrets.
Oh yeah? I'm surprised you gave up so easily. I was expecting a bigger fight. I'll send the divorce papers over to Mom and Dad's place. Sign it and submit it at City Hall as soon as you can. You got that? Hey Lisa, what's up? Has it already been 6 months? Time flies.
Is that you, sis? What the hell do you want? You got a real nerve contacting me after what you pulled.
Yeah. I knew you would be this way. I kinda understand how you feel, actually. I was just texting you to tell you something very important.
Is this about you guys finally getting married?
You already heard? You must be clairvoyant.
Kinda obvious. Why else would you contact me? Just want to rub it in my face. I saw it coming a mile away.
Aw, shucks. I was going to gloat all about how happy I am. Hear you squirm. This is no fun.
Everything you say is no fun. I have no interest in what you have to say.
I always hated your smugness. Really pisses me off to this day. No wonder George picked me over you.
Like you said, he prefers older, more wise and experienced women.
What's that supposed to mean? You saying I'm an old lady? All said and done? That just sounds like loser talk. Just oozing with envy.
Think what you like, Mary. I'm over it.
Oh yeah? Well, if you hear what I have to say now, those feelings will come bubbling up again. I'm sure of it.
What now?
We're headed to Europe for our honeymoon.
To Europe? Seriously?
Yup, we're hitting the top spots. London, Paris, and Milan. I always wanted to see Italy. Can't wait. And here's the icing on the cake. We're having a little intimate wedding in Paris. Can't you believe it? George plans on spending upwards of $30,000 on the whole thing. I feel like a celeb.
You're not serious. Where'd he get that kind of money?
He's got money. That's another reason I married him.
This is way beyond belief.
I knew I would see those envy bubbles come burbling up.
It's not really envy, more like astonishment.
Astonished, envy, jealousy. It's all the same to you. You were always so mundane. Boring little relative-only wedding at a local church. You had like 2 of your best friends from high school attend, and that was it. What a total joke. You guys didn't even go on a honeymoon, did you? What a huge difference. Never thought such a disparity would show up now. The way he loves and cares for me. It's like night and day.
Well, that was then. You can take it however you like. But I can tell you this. You shouldn't be so extravagant. It might come back and bite you in the you-know-what.
Huh? Extravagant? What are you talking about? That word does not exist in George's vocabulary.
I mean, think of the debt he accumulated. The compensation to me, not to mention to your ex-husband. Not really nickels and dimes. The total amounts to over $100,000, right? And George paid this himself? He paid all that and now another $30,000 for a honeymoon and wedding in Paris? It just doesn't add up. I was aware of his financial situation. He was left broke after we divorced. You can understand my alarm.
There you go again. The green-eyed monster rears its ugly head. I thought you weren't jealous.
I'm just warning you. Seems a little self-destructive is all. Just saying.
Like I said before, George is loaded. He has no money worries. I thought you knew all about this. He was your husband after all.
No, I never knew he had so much money, to be honest.
What's $100,000 much less $30,000? That's just chump change to him. I wish you would just admit defeat and froth at the mouth with envy. That would make my day.
Okay, I tried warning you. If you're so set on having the upper hand, have it your way.
Yeah, I do have the upper hand. You giving up so easily kinda makes me feel sorry for you.
Think what you like. Like I said, I warned you out of concern, not envy. Just so you're aware. I've already cut all ties with you. I don't think of you as my family after what you pulled. So I really don't care what happens to you. Don't come crying to me later.
I'm fine with that. That means you will no longer have any feelings for my George. That's exactly what I wanted. Hey Lisa, you there? Guess where we are? Yup, that's right. We're in Paris. We just exchanged vows in a beautiful cathedral. It's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know you were gone. So, what do you want?
Bet you're pretty envious right about now.
No, not really. Actually, I'm feeling empathy and a touch of pity towards what's coming.
Are you still harping on about that? I told you George is swimming in cash. We have no worries ahead. Full steam ahead, I say. I'm even confident in saying we're set for life. I mean, how else could he plop $30,000 down just like that? You tell me.
Set for life? Really? Without any income? That makes no sense.
Pardon me? What do you mean, no income?
You're saying he never told you? George has been unemployed for quite some time now.
Wait, what? Unemployed?
Yeah, that's right. Jobless, out of a job, without gainful employment. Even if he did gain unemployment after divorcing me, I'm pretty sure his bank account is at zero after all the compensation he paid. There's no way he could get his hands on $30,000 just like that.
Wait, back up a bit. What's this about him being jobless? What's going on here?
Are you serious? He never told you?
What the hell are you talking about? Tell me for God's sakes.
He got fired from his job after they found out he was having an affair with you.
Pardon me? You can't be serious. You can't get fired for infidelity. That's unfair dismissal. They deserve to get sued for this.
Come on, Mary. You don't seem to understand. You said it yourself.
Me? What did I say?
George was at home doing remote work when you guys were making love, right? Working remote means he's on company business hours. Having an affair with a married woman on company time sounds like a good reason for dismissal to me.
Yeah, but...
The company has ways to check whether an employee is working or not. With widespread use of remote work recently, it's kind of hard to be inactive without them knowing. And it wasn't just a one-time thing either. It evidently affected his work performance. They had all the evidence, so he got fired. I warned you about this. And I don't really think he got any kind of surveillance package or meaningful retirement bonus. But I'm really curious about that $30,000 for this honeymoon you're on. How did he manage that?
So does that mean he wasn't working at home, doing remote work all this time?
Yeah, like I said, no gainful employment. Yeah, pretty sure.
No, this is some kind of sick joke.
What I can't understand is why you even thought he was rich. He's just a normal office worker, not some elite businessman.
Huh? Just an office worker?
Of course the company he worked for was a major corporation, and his pay was a bit more than average, but basically he was just a salaried worker. So when you said he plopped down $30,000 just like that, I was like, what? No way he could afford that.
Hold on a sec. You say he's a salaried worker? I heard he was an executive, that he was making a six-figure salary.
Pardon me?
I saw his name on the company's homepage.
Oh, that? I think you mistook him for someone else.
What are you talking about, mistook him for someone else?
Yeah, the vice president has the same last name as George. That's probably who you saw.
You're lying.
I mean, come on, Mary. Think about it. George isn't even 30 yet. How could he be an executive at a major corporation? It doesn't make any sense. He wasn't even a star employee or a top salesman or anything. Just your run-of-the-mill pen pusher. Didn't you even think it was odd?
This is not happening. Then why did I even steal him away from you? For what purpose? What am I going to do now? I've been totally conned. I don't want him anymore. You can have him back, Lisa.
No thanks. I better get back to work.
Wait a sec. You can't leave me hanging.
Goodbye. Have fun in Paris. I later heard that the honeymoon ended right then and there. They cut it short and came back stateside, but they weren't able to get a refund for the extravagant trip. I was later informed that George told my sister that he had gotten fired. As you can imagine, Mary and George got into a fierce argument, her accusing him of tricking her into marrying him. They eventually ended up filing for divorce. That $30,000, you ask? George borrowed that money from his sister. He convinced her that he wanted to take his new wife on a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Europe. His sister apparently signed some loan application as the grantor for some disreputable moneylender without properly reading the agreement. Last I heard, he was saddled with 2 or 3 part-time jobs just to pay off his debts. I just can't understand people. Why can't they manage their money properly? Don't they see the consequences? Anyway, as long as they don't interfere with my life going forward, I'm fine with that.
Are you still at work, Luther? I'll just text you what I need to tell you.
It's about my business trip to Okinawa that I was supposed to come home from today. My flight was delayed because of the typhoon, so I'm going to be staying here for 1 more month. Also, Ellen's going to be coming home from school early because of the typhoon. She's going to be home earlier than usual, so take care of her, okay? Can you talk right now, Mrs. Banks?
Oh, hi, Alexa.
Did the typhoon hit there as well?
Yup. It looks like the real storm is yet to begin, but already the weather is getting rough. That reminds me, you were supposed to come home from your business trip to Okinawa today, right? How is it over there?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I can't come home today since my flight's been delayed because of the typhoon.
Oh, the weather's still bad over there?
The typhoon's already passed, but the flight I was supposed to be on was delayed. I probably won't be able to get home by tonight, so I'm going to stay here for 1 more day.
I see. Take care then.
There's one more thing I want to talk to you about. You can see our house from the apartment you live in, right?
What? Well, yes, I can.
Can you see if the light in our house is on or not?
Sure thing, I guess. Your house is right across the street and I can see it from my veranda.
To tell you the truth, I can't contact my husband, even though he's supposed to be working remotely today.
Considering the weather today, he's probably at home if he's a remote worker, right?
It's fine if that's the case, but Ellen's elementary school is making the kids go home early today because of the typhoon. I told him about this, but he wouldn't reply. I'm worried about Ellen, so I would appreciate it if you could check in on her as well.
So I should just check in on the house, right?
Yep, thanks. Mrs. Banks? How is the house?
Alexa, it's terrible! I found Ellen outside on her own in the middle of the typhoon.
What?
I take a look at your house from my veranda just like you told me to, which is when I saw Ellen curled up in front of your front door. I rushed and brought her into my house and made her take a bath. Luckily, she had no injuries, but she's just a 9-year-old girl. This is terrible.
Why was she there? Was my husband Luther not inside the house?
He probably wasn't. When I saw Ellen, my first thought was to bring her into your house and give her a bath. But when I tried to open the front door, it wouldn't open. I asked Ellen about it, and she said she forgot her keys in the house that morning. So I then brought her into my house. I gave her some hot milk when she got out of the bath, and she was probably so relieved that she's now sound asleep.
So that's what happened.
I was thinking about asking Ellen what exactly happened, but I thought that she needs to rest first, so she hasn't told me anything yet.
Not knowing what happened makes me really anxious, but thanks for saving Ellen. If you don't mind, could you take care of Ellen until I get home?
Of course. The rain is just getting stronger and stronger, so there's no way we can leave the house right now.
Thanks, I'm counting on you.
Still though, I wonder where Luther went off to. Me and my husband tried contacting him from both our smartphones, but he wouldn't reply. I gave him a brief explanation of what happened and told him that Ellen was safe with me, but my texts remain unread. But his car was gone, so it's likely that he went off somewhere.
Understood. Thanks for the information. Can you tell me if you find out anything important? I know you have Ellen to take care of as well, so you don't need to exert yourself too much.
It's fine. Me and my husband will take turns looking after her.
Sorry for everything. I wouldn't know what to do without you.
Oh, hi Alexa. You were texting me? I was so focused on my work, so I didn't notice until it was late at night now. Sorry, remote work is so scary because there's no one to tell you to take a break at times like this. I also had a text from your mom. Oh, I see, you couldn't come home because your flight was cancelled. Because of the typhoon, right? And Ellen is at your mother's apartment as well. Got it. Well then, I think I'll go to bed now. Good night.
Good morning, Mom. How are things over there?
Alexa, I was just thinking about contacting you. I took a look at your house from my veranda, and I saw your husband coming home in his car. Did Luther have a sister or something?
Nope, he only has one brother. Did something happen?
You're probably going to be very surprised at this, but I'm sorry. I saw him going to your house with a young woman.
Huh? Are you sure that's what you saw?
Sorry, I know this is all so sudden.
What? There's no reason for you to be sorry. You did nothing wrong, Mother. Anyways, I need to get home as soon as possible because I can't do anything from here. I'm about to board the airplane. I can come home as soon as I turn in some papers involving my business trip to my office. I'll go directly to your house. I'll probably be there a bit past noon.
I understand, but still, I'm glad today was a day off. We're still taking care of Ellen, all right?
Yep, thanks. Luther, it looks like you were so focused on your work that you didn't notice my text until late at night yesterday. But didn't you notice that you had locked Ellen out?
What? Oh, yeah, sorry about that, Alexa. I'll express my sorry and gratitude to your mother later. Anyways, though, you're working now, right? You said you were gonna go to the office after your plane arrives, right? Must be tough having to work on a weekend.
Oh, I didn't say that I was going to work at the office.
What?
There are employees that go to work on weekends, but today's actually a day off for me, and I just had to go to the office to take care of something because my plane was delayed yesterday. I couldn't bring home important papers involving a business deal, you know? I just made a quick pit stop at the office to store the papers.
What? Does that mean that... Where are you right now, Alexa?
I don't know. Where do you think I am?
I have no idea. Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I guess there's no use hiding anything from you now that I'm already here.
What?
You're currently in her bedroom, right?
What?
Why don't you and the woman you're with come down to the living room?
What?
Of course, I'd appreciate it if you two put your clothes on.
Hey, hold on. Alexa? What do you mean exactly by that?
Are you actually pretending you don't know what I'm talking about? I know all of it now, you asshole.
Damn it. Shit! All of you just had to come. You didn't have to kick me out like that, you know?
I don't think that's what an asshole says after doing an asshole thing in a house that I own.
Why'd you have to call my mother as well, though? I was told not to come home to my parents' house because of that.
It's probably because your mother loves her only grandchild, Ellen, so much. And it's only been a few years since she divorced your father for cheating, right? To think that her own son would do the same thing. What you did was probably like rubbing salt on a wound that was yet to fully heal. No wonder she was furious with you.
Damn it.
Oh, that reminds me. I also told the husband of the woman you were with about the relationship you two were having.
You what?
They're also talking about divorce.
Hold on a minute. You knew who my girlfriend was, but you still...
Of course I did. You would think that it's obvious that getting caught with the wife of the CEO of the company you work at is a serious deal, but you still did it seems.
Shit.
You're probably going to go through a lot starting now, right?
Nah, don't do it.
I wonder if they'll even let you stay in the company. You thought that no one would find out you were skipping work and making out with your girlfriend instead, since you work remotely, right? It seems that you two went to a love hotel in the middle of a working day even.
How should I have guessed that I might have been caught even when I work remotely?
Apparently, it's not that hard to check if you're actually doing work, or not by looking at computer logs and at when you log in and logged off. It's amazing how much technology has advanced, don't you think?
Who cares about how much technology has advanced?
Well, we're done here, right?
What?
I booked an appointment at a lawyer's office tomorrow. I need to prepare for it.
A lawyer?
What are you surprised at? I told you about it the day I got proof that you were cheating on me, right? that I would hire a lawyer to make you pay an alimony, and also pay for Ellen's child support.
I don't have that much money. I'm even about to be fired from my job. Why are you getting so mad even? It's just one time I cheated on you. All you have to do is be a bit patient so we can work things out without having to divorce. I'm not paying you a cent. How'd you find out? I thought that no one would find me here.
Oh, you received the content certified letter, did you? I've already gotten hands-on information saying that you ran to your father's house.
What?
You see, your father deeply regrets that he cheated on your mother.
Huh?
You were wrong if you thought that your father, who had done the same thing as you in the past, would side with you.
What?
Basically means that your father is on my side.
Huh? What did you say?
Anyways, apparently you turned in your letter of resignation to your company.
So what if I did?
If that's the case, it seems your father's going to make you work at the construction company he's been working for ever since he and your mother got divorced.
Huh?
I only heard about it after your mother told me, but it was called the Iwanami Group, right?
The Iwanami Group?
Apparently they're famous for reforming social degenerates like you.
Any social degenerate can become an upstanding human.
Oh, so you knew their model.
So it wasn't just me imagining things when I thought that my father seemed different to who he was a few years ago?
Well then, good luck becoming an upstanding human.
Wait,
I won't wait.
I don't wanna!
Goodbye.
No!
Luther's father pretended to sympathize with Luther when he fled to him, but he actually told me about it immediately. Thanks to the work of my father-in-law, who is nothing like he was a few years ago and is now basically a saint, the Iwanami Group arrived 1 hour after me and Luther's final conversation. Luther was taken away in a black van screaming, "You lied to me!" It seemed that the CEO's wife was also sent to the Iwanami Group through a different acquaintance of hers. Thanks to them, I received the alimony asked for from both Luther and the CEO's wife. And I also received child support for Ellen every month. After the divorce, it was decided that I would live with my parents. Ellen, who loves her grandparents, was overjoyed when I told her about it. I plan on overlooking the growth of this beautiful child as her role model, and live from now on as an upstanding human being.